Okay, by now we've read about the quotient rule and the derivatives of all the trig functions. I just want to put up 3 or 4 examples to get you started so we can start working on these problems. So let's just put up some nice easy examples first. If I want the derivative of something that's nice and easy, how about x over e to the x? That is a fraction. The derivative of fraction maps out like this. The derivative of something times something minus something times something all over something squared. Now I like to put in the things we don't have to take a derivative. That's the derivative of the top, that's work. Here I'm just supposed to rewrite the bottom. This is the derivative of the bottom, that's work. Here I'm just supposed to rewrite the top. Here this is just the bottom squared, so I can just fill it in. So I mapped it out first. I put in all the things where I didn't have to take a derivative, so I might screw up after this, but I won't forget anything. All right, what goes right here is the derivative of the top. The derivative of x is 1 because x is a line and its slope is 1. And for lines, derivatives and slopes mean the same thing. What goes right here is the derivative of the bottom. The derivative of e to the x is e to the x. And we're done with that one. It just wasn't that bad. All right, let's go to another example. How about something that involves a trig function? How about the derivative of, with respect to theta, how about 3 theta squared, the secant of theta? One thing I've said today is that as long as the variable is being raised to a nice power, we can use the power rule. We know the derivative of secant theta is secant theta tangent theta. And what I see here, I'm going to bring out the 3 because it's a coefficient. I think that's going to be a big mistake. Meanwhile, I'm going to put that in. So I pulled out the 3. Now, what I see is a product rule. So it's going to be the derivative of the first times the second plus the derivative of the second times the first, like that. I put in the stuff where I don't have to think. That's a derivative. I have to think. This one just goes here like this. This is going to be longer than this. Let's see, it's the derivative of the first times the second plus the derivative of the second times the first, so all that goes here is theta squared like that. Now what goes here is the derivative of theta squared. We're not allowed to use the power rule for nice powers, but this is actually something we worked on earlier in the semester. This is just 2 theta. Now what goes right here is the derivative of secant theta, and by what we did yesterday, that's secant theta tangent theta. Just like that. So we have an example of the quotient rule. We have an example of something using a trig function. I think that's enough for now. If we need more later, we'll add more.